And do you really think Ryan's voucher program, limited dollar voucher program, will do what it's supposed to do in addressing health care in North Dakota for seniors and for hospitals and for clinics? And also on the prescription drug program, one final item. You know that Medicare is banned from negotiating with pharmaceutical manufacturers. Why hasn't that ban been lifted? Drug prices have increased under that convoluted prescription drug program, and that needs to be addressed now. Thank you.
Why is all of the discussion about spending cuts? Why not eliminate those supposed temporary Bush tax reductions?
I think it is totally inconsistent to talk about cutting Medicare and so on, and to have big tax breaks for corporations that pay zero taxes.
I'd like to ask the Congressman, what are we doing sending $1 million cruise missiles into Libya? What are we doing? Why are we doing that?
I feel that entitles me to comment on your vote from Friday, April 15th. House Bill 34, not a committee vote, a final House budget vote. So let's get that straight. It was not a committee vote. It was a final vote in the House of Representatives to abolish Medicare. I feel I should be able to call that the path to poverty for most North Dakotans.
But
I'm wondering what your party's plan is to raise revenue, since it appears you are trying to remove the deficit only by significantly slashing the programs that have been designed to help the middle and lower class citizens.
But I just want to point out, I've been hearing this common pattern that we're taking these votes to for the future generations of our kids and our grandchildren. But I'm wondering, are we taking into account if that child were to have a disability? Is that really leaving a better tomorrow for that person? Because I don't think that these recent votes will.
But in 2015, when people start looking at it, and I'm going to call it Obamacare because that's what it is. When you look at 2015 and 2018, there are cuts coming to Medicare that you won't believe, folks. So look at it. Look at the program. Okay? But Ryan plan to me is nothing more than a roadmap. We've got a president of the United States that just did not want to put anything out there because of political means. We need a roadmap.
During your campaign, you consistently said Pomeroy votes with Pelosi. I'm wondering, and you don't have to answer this, but how many times have you voted against your leadership since you've been in?
Well, I tell you, I haven't voted with Pelosi too often.
Your leadership.
Where is it at?
This is the Ogaden region in Ethiopia. It's the East Ethiopia. Right now, we're giving $5 billion to this country, and they're using that money as a war crime against humanity. Our country is just silent about it, where the satellite of America has captured villages and people getting killed. And still, they deny it and just silent about the State Department. As a Congress, what are you going to do about this money that's been used as a genocide, and what are the actions that you're going to take?
You talk more about debt and the deficit more than you talk about the fact that the votes that you've made regarding health care impact the lives of people. Now, I understand that.
So the question that I have is I hear a lot of back and forth between, one side says it's all cuts, one side says it's got to. I think the false dichotomy there is that those of us who would stand on the other side of the aisle are only in favor of increasing taxes. I don't think that's what we stand for. I think what we stand for is shared sacrifice and what
Sure, if we took every dollar from the rich, we would not solve the problems. But I think what we're asking for is some balanced approach to this whole issue.
Because one thing that is bothering me here, that Congressman Berg is being insinuated that he doesn't care for people. I've been a businessman in this town for 35 years. This man, he's a little younger than I am, has stood shoulder to shoulder with me on raising money for all the causes that are in this town. And it doesn't make any difference if it was for flood control and how we were going to get half-cent sales tax. It doesn't care. I was at the Rape and Abuse Crisis Center breakfast this morning, asked Congressman Berg this because he's been a long-time supporter. His family has been, his company has been. This is a good man. We have to give him time to help us fix the problems. But please, give those men and women that are in Congress right now a chance to deal with the issues at hand.
What about the president? Does he deserve
Absolutely.
a chance?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Rick, give Obama every benefit of the doubt that if he has a